Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Before I start, I would like first to thank Berytech for having us here and for hosting us in the Meetup session. We're very excited to be here, and we're here today to share with you something that's addressing you guys, which is the Shabab 2030 Challenge. But before we do that, let me just introduce to us who we are. So my name is Sara, Shatila, and I'm from MBC Amal. MBC Amal is the corporate social responsibility branch of MBC Group, which is the regional media company that probably most of us know. Before we start, I would like to know more about you guys, the audience. So who's here an Arab? Are you all Arabs? Who's non-Arab? So I suppose everyone's an Arab. Okay. The other question is, do you consider yourself a shabab or youth, aged between 21 and 30? Sure. By raise of hands. Okay, great. Almost there. Okay, so at least I suppose we're in the right place today. Shabab 2030, as the name suggests, it's a challenge that addresses youth, specifically Arab youth, anywhere in the world, as long as they are Arabs. And they have a business idea or a startup idea that addresses the MENA region. Now, why is an MBC, a media company, coming here today in a meetup for Berytech and telling you more about an entrepreneurship challenge? Well, as I said, MBC Amal, it's the corporate social responsibility branch of MBC, and it was founded in 2013. And they decided that everything you've been doing on screen, now is the time to also reflect that and do something on ground. So we do a lot of projects since then across the region. Mostly we have different programs, humanitarian relief programs. We have focusing on youth and innovation through entrepreneurship projects, and we also have educational projects. And the fourth and final one, because obviously we're a media company, it's documentary and film. But everything needs to reflect our region, focuses on the region from the ground, and then goes on screen. So the Shabab 2030 Challenge has been launched in January, and it's mainly addressing youth to start taking action for the region to do something more impactful, but also through social entrepreneurship. Now, the other question for you guys is, do you have any entrepreneurs in the room? None? Yes? Can you tell us more about your startup, or what do you do, please?
I work with entrepreneurship support platforms, and I'm currently hello, I'm holding the mic now. So I work with entrepreneurship support platforms, and after a while you get the bug, so I'm still working on a very early idea stage concept with a partner. And essentially it's still very early stage, so I'm not getting the whole spill. But it's about integrating digital development services in community models. Okay. So to make it more community than freelance.
Alright, so let me ask you this question. Are you familiar with the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just briefly introduce what they are. So the SDGs are a set of goals that's been set by the UN countries in 2015, and they developed a set of 17 goals in order to address them over the next 15 years, hence by 2030. So now you have a clearer picture of why the challenge is called Shabab 2030. And under these goals, we have a list of goals such as no poverty, no hunger, which are more humanitarian, but also something more environmental, solar energy, sustainable, responsible consumption, and so on. So do you think that your startup early stage idea could be relevant in one or more of the following 17 SDGs?
Maybe I need to take a relook, although I'm very involved in social enterprise. But it would probably be involved in educating, vocational education for underprivileged people. So education is one of those as well, I believe.
Actually, it's great because usually it comes as a surprise before you know what SDGs are, and you might think that your startup is not really a social enterprise, and you might not be relevant for the competition. But then when you have a look at the SDGs and some of you, you might realize that your enterprise is actually covering one or more of the following issues. Because at the end of the day, the whole idea of entrepreneurship is actually finding a problem to a certain solution or a certain need. And often that problem is something that's more commonly faced by everyone, and hence it would fall under these 17 broad categories. So the Shabab 2030 Challenge is not only about startup ideas, but also ideas that target or address one of the following 17 SDGs in order for us to have a more sustainable startup business, or to build more sustainable communities, if you want. Okay, so basically, like we covered, the eligibility is you being an Arab. You can live anywhere around the world as long as your startup idea focuses on the MENA region. You're a youth, you're a Shabab, aged between 21 and 30.
Extended to 40.
We consider that. And the project needs to contribute to the 17 SDGs. Well, the idea of having youth and SDGs in the same name is because 17 SDGs are being addressed until 2030, and we're talking to the youth of today, the youth who are aged between 21 and 30 today, who will be able to address all of these SDGs over the next 15 years, or almost 13 by now. Okay, and so the project has been launched in January, and we will still be receiving applications until May. Now, as soon as you register on the website, which we will go through now, you will receive automatically emails about online webinars and access to certain workshops that will be delivered by experts covering different topics that would also help you build your idea further. After that, we will be shortlisting 30 people from the candidates who applied, out of which these 30 will receive mentorship opportunities, and then top 10 will be selected by jury members. And the top 10 will receive mentoring opportunities. They will attend the MBC Amal Awards ceremony in November in Dubai. And they will receive seed funding, and they will also, of course, receive media exposure. So the registration is a simple 3-step process. First, you visit the website, Shabab2030 at mbc.net/Shabab2030. You fill in your login details. And then once you register, you automatically receive, you're listed on the mailing list. So you will receive details about the webinars for you to attend. Everything's available in English and in Arabic. Then the next step is you have to complete your application. It's an 11-unit process. The application is designed in a way not for us to only gain information about your ideas, but also for you to help you build your idea further and understand your business idea and kind of generate your own business model by the end of the application. So you will have access to educational videos. Every unit covers a certain topic, such as customer segments, revenue streams, customer relationships, etc. Then you have a few questions to answer. And then the third step, once you finish the application process, you could generate your own business model in one sheet, and you will receive a certificate of completion. So that's it in brief. Your idea, as we said, it doesn't have to be an already growing social enterprise. It can still be an idea stage as long as it's tested and verified, or you have an MVP. And we highly encourage you to check the website to know more details. If you had a look, you had the chance to check our stand when you entered facing the elevator. You can also visit by the end of the session. You can check the application as well. You can go through it, ask any questions that you have. So do let me know if you have any questions, and also check us on social media, MBC Hope. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and please do check our website to have an idea about what we do other than Shabab 2030. So thank you very much, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.